when you get your pamphlet before you go on your mission with your letter saying you've been called to this mission, you get the booklet that says you should bring this, this, and all that. And at the time I was thinking like, do I really need to bring all these clothing items and things like that? And so I had talked to a few people beforehand, and it didn't really help, but I guess after the mission, I realized exactly what I needed. And just depending on where you are on the mission, in the mission, actually it doesn't really depend that much on where you are. It's pretty much the same climate-wise. It's really hot and humid during the summer. Like you will walk outside and you will be sweating. Or you will get out of the shower and you'll already be wet again with your own sweat. So that's a little difficult at times if you don't like that, but you get used to it. And the main thing was you want really thin white shirts, really thin short sleeve white shirts for when it's summertime. And then you want, a lot of people will wear sweaters over their white shirts, like members and missionaries. They'll wear sweaters, and when you go out just on a day when it's really cold, like during the winter, I guess the best way to explain it is it's really humid, so no matter how many layers you wear, you're usually going to be pretty cold because it just cuts through everything. But if you wear more, it's a little more comfortable. So if you wear like a long sleeve shirt and a sweater and like a pretty decent waterproof thick kind of jacket, you're going to be pretty well off. And you'll want some waterproof shoes, whether it's summer or winter. Waterproof with good soles and good support for your foot, because you're walking all day, every day. They don't have cars there unless you're in the mission house, which you may use cars every once in a while, but not really for your individual proselyting. So that's kind of about weather, because I was really confused about what it was going to be like weather-wise. It doesn't snow, just a lot of rain usually. And like I said, it can rain during summer anytime, and it can rain during winter anytime. And if you can find like a waterproof scripture carry case or something, because I would just put mine in like a plastic bag, like that's all I had. And it was super uncomfortable and awkward sometimes just to carry that around because it'd slip around and stuff. And you'd have to like undo it every time you talk to somebody to like pull out a pamphlet or something. But if you got really good waterproof stuff, that's what I'd recommend. And as for transportation, their buses there are like their airplanes. So you'll go to a big bus station and you'll get on these buses, and the chairs are super comfortable usually. They're like these big leather chairs if you get like the first class. And if you don't have first class, they're usually just cloth, but they're way nice. You usually have tons of room to sit on it, and it's pretty cool. I really liked it a lot. But the other buses that you take around the city that you put in little coins to go on, they're usually really crammed. There's a lot of people on them most of the times, depending on where you are. And don't expect the buses to come at like a specific time every time. You just kind of get there and wait for when it shows up, because it totally depends. And oh, they have taxis and they have remises. And taxis are like more official, I guess, and usually more reliable. Remises are guys that kind of just like use their own cars, and they are part of this corporation. And it's kind of like you call them and whoever's available will just come and get you. And if they recognize you're like American or you can't speak Spanish good, sometimes they'll try to like gyp you out of your money and say like, oh, that'll be 20 pesos, when really it was just like around the corner and should only be 5. So just be aware of that. Sometimes people are dishonest with that.